Yes, you, sir. I'll take your question.
How do you feel about your performance so far?
Well, first we started off with a really good performance, and it looked pretty strong and promising. But then we kind of had some hiccups and some road bumps, and some things started going down, and it wasn't looking too hot there. And then we came back. We unfortunately didn't get the win yet, but we're gonna keep trying, and we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna drive it home.
Yay, go Giants. This team's freaking terrible.
Nerdy dude stuff.
For those of you keeping track at home, today's Beer of the Day is brought to you by Three Daughters Brewing out of St. Petersburg, Florida. This is the Florida Orange IPA, and this is pretty solid. This has a more bitter orange juicy flavor versus the sugary fructose orange flavoring, and this is a nice hoppy IPA at 6.9% alcohol by volume. This one's probably about an 8.3 out of 10. Cheers to you guys.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about cryptocurrency and all that good stuff. If this is your first time here on the channel, please take a moment to consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on that bell notification as we post videos weekly, and we do a stream every Monday. And maybe in the near future, if work doesn't suck so bad, we might do 2 streams a week since I have so much fun with y'all. Now, speaking of streams, yesterday, one of my subscribers and viewers was asking about Planetwatch, and the stream wasn't really about Planetwatch, but I realized I haven't done my 2-week update on Planetwatch, sensing, mining, whatever you want, yet. And I wanted to do that on Sunday because I was officially 2 weeks. So really, now we are 2 weeks and 2 days into actually up and mining with our element aware sensors back here. So today we're going to go over our numbers. We're going to go over our 2 weeks, and we're also going to go over, because people do keep having a lot of questions on how we can buy, sell, trade, and so on and so forth, these Planet tokens, and we're just going to have some fun and hopefully answer your questions. So stick around. Let's take a look at the computer screen. Just a quick update for the channel before we talk about what you guys want to see. We released yet another new t-shirt on top of our little line of t-shirts we have. Let's go Bitcoin. They come in different shapes and sizes, different prices, and we also have hats and some stickers down here somewhere. So if you guys want to get yourself a Let's Go Bitcoin t-shirt, click on the link below. Now that we're done shamelessly plugging our merchandise, let's jump in and talk about Planet. Planet is up to 44 cents today. It was at 45 cents a little bit earlier, and I like to point out the price points here because when we first got into the platform, it was at like 14 cents, and we were promised $4 a day, which was 23 planets at the time, for each of these Type 4 Awair Element sensors that we have. And now with it being up to 44 cents, cresting up to that 50-cent range, I do see this price going up and going up. Some of the reason why the price has gone up this much higher is that because back on November 8th, we were no longer allowed to purchase licenses with PayPal and credit card. We had to purchase them specifically with the Planet tokens. Do I have a video on how to do that? I don't, but we have a good Discord group that is out helping and walking people through how to do it. It's a little complicated, especially when like Bitmart kind of shuts down the opportunity to transfer the tokens, but there are other ways around it. So still a good hold, and I think it's we're going to see at least an easy dollar coin as this project grows and as these growing pains are done. Now, with that said, the results that we've had in the past 2 weeks, the very first week we did have, so wow, CRO's up to 85 cents. Holy crap. Good thing I sold my 26,000 CRO at 18 cents, 19 cents. Whoops. Anywho, so now we have been mining for about 2 weeks and 2 days. So yeah, it's a little misleading to be 2 weeks because we've actually been going for 2 days. But during the very first week, there was a lot of issues, and they came out and said that there were going to be issues. They released the app a bit prematurely, but they came out and said that November was going to be testing and experimental in a growing phase versus releasing that app in December or January. Because if they delayed releasing this app at any point in time past when they did, I think a lot of support for this project would have died off, which is, you know, it's a bit of a shame. But anywho, that's not what we're here to talk about anymore. So as of right now, there are 19,447 Type 4 sensors that are currently mining or with licenses out there. These tokens, there's 258 million in supply. We still have a nice solid recycle bin of 303.23 million. So we're going to consistently see, if everything is regular, those 23 Planet tokens a day. Now, how much are those 23 Planet tokens a day? They are currently sitting at 0.4456 times 23. So one miner, as of right now, will earn you $10.25. That's very, very spicy and very, very sexy. So let's go take a look at mine so you guys can get that number. And we're going to point out a couple other things. Another thing I want to talk about before before I keep going is that as of right now, these miners don't require us to change the address, so I'm still using them on the French address. If you actually have your address for each appropriate miner and you're not getting that GPS error, please leave a comment below. I would love to try to do that and switch these over, but as you can see right now, they're sitting at the address right here. A couple other questions that people have. We're going to go down to our payouts, and you can see right here the last payout this miner has had was for the owner. Last payout was 20.48 Helium. All of mine are kind of in that range: 21.856, 21.184, and 21.248. This isn't the promised 23 at the moment, but again, they're having some slight issues on the back end receiving streams, but these will all be updated and given and paid out correctly, which was another issue from the very first week. We were missing a lot of Planet tokens, but all those streams are recorded on the blockchain and should be getting paid out, backdated to you. I'm just not sure when. It's when they're going to be working out the kinks. Now, if you're looking at the screen down here, we have, like, this last payout says 26.56, but I only got 21.248. What that means is that Planetwatch is paying us out 80% of what we are earning, which is where it goes into that 23, and the rest goes back towards them, recycled, all that jazz back, so on and so forth. A lot of technical mumbo jumbo detail. Schmiggity morgity. Now, what we want to show is we have total planets minted over here on this one: 327, 333, 393, and 376. We don't technically have that many planets because remember, 80% of them are getting whip-de-dude. Well, I believe the minted ones are the tokens that have earned with the streams and the sensors, so we are ultimately getting those paid out in the long run with that 80% deduction. But as of right now, on the official Algorand app, because I didn't transfer, but I added my Planetwatch app to my official Algo wallet here, so that way I can just have the planets and my Algo all in one location, and this is where you can send and receive planets. I have 1,159 planets. 1,159 planets times the current price of 0.4456 is what we were going to say it was. So as of right now, for 2 weeks and 2 days, for 16 days, we're just going to say a flat 16 days, with the first week with about 5 days of issues, we're only seeing 14, then 13, then 10, then 9 planet paid out. We have a USD value of $516. Remember, I bought 4 of these devices at $150 a piece. I got one basically for free, so I spent $450 plus the $160 to get the licenses. So $450 plus $160 equals minus $516. We are $94 away, so about 2, maybe 3 days from completely breaking even and going into the rest of our year license at 100% profit. Speaking of the year license, I believe there was an announcement that with all these issues that they are having right now, and especially with November being that test phase, they're going to extend our licenses by 1 month for free. So that's additional mining and sensing that we are going to earn, which is excellent. All right, so for those of you that have jumped into Planetwatch because you've seen the video and you don't really know about cryptocurrency or anything along those lines, you're going to be sitting there and asking yourself, well, how can I take profit on this? How can I earn that 10, or, how can I cash out that $10 a day? And there's going to be a couple of options. There's one option called Tiny Man, which we're not going to be going over. We're not using. It might be a little bit more simpler than this, but if you're in the crypto space, you need to learn how to use exchanges. So what we do is there's a link below for U.S. residents to use Bitmart. Is the only exchange that we can use at the moment in the U.S. Otherwise, there's other ones, but terms and services, VPNs, blah, 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 blah. So once you sign up for Bitmart, you're going to go into your account, and you're going to go and you want to go into your assets. Now, what you could do first is hide small balances. There we go. So what you want to do is you want to do the search bar or hide small balance like you see me there, and you want to find planet tokens. Then if you want to add planet tokens to this wallet, you hit the deposit button. It's going to bring you up a thingamabloop. You're going to go to the deposit, and then you're going to have an address and a memo. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that address and you're going to go into your Algo wallet here or your My Algo wallet. You're going to copy and paste that address into the address field, and then you're going to copy and paste the memo tag into the memo tag on that app. You're going to select how many tokens you want to send to yourself, hit send, and since it's on the Algo blockchain, it's going to happen within the next 4 seconds. So let's pretend that we just did that on screen, and now you see here that we have 37.67 planet tokens sitting here in our wallet, and we want to take cash, or we want to take profit, or anything like that. So now that they are here, you can either do one thing. You can go over to the right where it says trade, and you can click that. And the only trade pair that we have right now is going to be for USDT. So we're going to click on USDT. Or you can go up into the market tabs up here, hit that, and then search for planets. The trading pair is for USDT. Now you can see as you scroll over here, we have a planet balance still of 37.67, so that's how much we can sell. We can then go ahead, and people right now on the green side are buying planets at a total of 0.4506, and you have people that are selling planets at 0.4595. Now you can add your sell order to whatever price you want. Let's say you want to take profit at 50 cents on these planet tokens. You can then either click on the 50 cent up here, or if you want to go higher and take profit at 75 cents because you're never going to touch it, you can go over here to the price point, and you can type in 0.75. That's how much planet you want to sell, and that's the sell order you want to place. It might not get fulfilled for a little while just because we're not even there yet. And then you can sell 100% of your planets. So you can sell 25%. You can basically select, there is a minimum. Which is the minimum? The minimum must be $5 or more. So right now, with us having $17 worth of planet, we can do 3 $5 orders at different price points, but we're not going to do that. If you want to do an immediate sell, you have two options. You can either A, click on the market tab, which then this is going to change this to the best market price, and you can put 100% of your planets and then hit sell planets, and that transaction will go through immediately because it's going to go through here and sell what the top buyer is listing. Or you can just populate that price yourself or find a happy median between these three, and you can play around with it. Same with selling, same with buying, vice versa. If we had $17 worth of USDT right here, we could then go say, how much do we want to buy it for? We either can try to buy it for one of these price points here, buy it lower if it starts to drop, or we could just buy it flat out for what this person is selling at the bottom of the list, or we could switch it over to market and buy it for that as well. Now, you have to be very careful when you get into these exchanges because you want to make sure you're always transferring tokens to the correct wallet address, and you never want to mine your tokens directly to an exchange. These are centralized, so there is a little bit of risk with keeping large amounts on there, so you want to make sure you find trusted exchanges. As of right now, Bitmart is the only one using, but if KuCoin was using planets or MEXC, I would probably be utilizing those a little bit more, but this is the only option that we have at the moment. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram, Twitter, or Discord in the link below. We have a good Planetwatch community brewing over there that can help answer your questions when I'm not available. Otherwise, Twitter, I get a notification, so on and so forth. Another quick update, we purchased ourselves a PC setup that we are going to slap together. Hopefully, all the parts come in by Friday or next Monday. We have a GeForce RTX 3080 that we're strapping into that bad boy, and we're going to be testing that out on CudoMiner, and we are going to be hoping that our stream quality increases, and we're going to stream some Diablo 2 Resurrected from our PlayStation 5 and from our new gaming PC that we are putting up, and then we're going to throw our other graphics cards in there as well to make a gaming PC mining rig hybrid, as it's more going to be a hobby type device for mining and to try to recoup some of the cost of that purchase. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. I'm O'Prius, and we'll see you guys next time.
Shut up, Copper.